Hello, I'm Nick Park from Evangelical Alliance Ireland, and this is our weekly message. It's Friday, but Sunday's coming. Over the last couple of years, I've become increasingly concerned about the disturbing number of high-profile evangelical leaders who have ended up in places we wouldn't want to see them being. We've seen moral failures. We've seen cases of financial dishonesty come to light. We've even seen leaders and pastors committing suicide because of the stress of their own leadership walk. I've seen great competitiveness among leaders who are striving to be better or more prominent than somebody else. I recently had an encounter with a leader, quite a prominent leader, where I got quite hurt over some things that were said and done. And I remember thinking afterwards, I love this person, and they've got a great church. They're doing a great job for the Lord. They're not in Ireland, they're in another country. But I thought, if you get in between them and where they want to get to with their ambition, they can be absolutely ruthless. Recently, I myself took a sabbatical. Earlier this year, I took a 3-month sabbatical. It was a little bit complicated setting that up because I have 3 different jobs. I lead Evangelical Alliance. I've pastored a church for 30 years, and although I handed that on to another senior pastor in January, I'm still part of the church staff, and I'm also the bishop in charge of a denomination of 35 churches in Ireland. And to set up a 3-month sabbatical meant basically explaining that to 3 different groups of stakeholders and people. So I was able to take my sabbatical, and I had all these plans. I was going to write books, and I didn't get any books written whatsoever, because it wasn't until I went on sabbatical that I realized just how exhausted and drained I was, just how close to burning out I was. And I needed that whole 3 months to recharge and to listen to God and ask God to show me healthier ways that I can continue leading Him moving on from this point. I did say to people when I was explaining why I felt the need to take a sabbatical that I needed to do so for my own physical health, my own mental health, and my own spiritual health. And for all those reasons, I'm really glad that I did. And since I've come back from sabbatical, I've been talking with a lot of other leaders that I'm responsible for to help. And I've been listening to some really heartbreaking situations, and sometimes churches that have expectations of their leaders that are totally unrealistic, and sometimes leaders that are imposing their own expectations on themselves that are putting them under immense stress. Emotionally healthy leadership is vital for the Church of Jesus Christ. The whole concept of soul health for leaders is also crucial. It's something the denomination that I lead are pursuing, and I'd love to see other Christian organizations and Christian leaders really valuing the need for good soul health among Christian leaders. That's why I'm absolutely delighted about an event that's taking place in Holy Trinity Church, Rathmines, on the 16th of October at 7 p.m. It's a emotionally healthy leader gathering, and it's involved a couple, the Scazzeros. Pete Scazzero founded Emotionally Healthy Discipleship after pastoring a church for 25 years, and he's the presenter of the Emotionally Healthy Leader podcast. And he and his wife, Jerry, are going to be speaking at this event. It's at Holy Trinity Church in Rathmines. It's on the 16th of October at 7 p.m. And you can get more details at our website, evangelical.ie. I would urge you to check that out. And if you can, to get along on the night. This is for your own sake, and for the sake of other people in Christian leadership that you have influence with. I'm so glad that God has enabled me to find a pattern of living and working that is healthier for me. That's a continuing walk. That's something, a process that I'm learning in. For a long time, I was doing a lot of ministry for God, but my health, emotionally, physically, spiritually, was suffering. And I'm so glad that God's helping me to get back into a healthier place and a healthier rhythm of life as I serve Him and serve God's people. And I'd encourage you, particularly if you are involved in Christian leadership, to get along to the Emotionally Healthy Leadership Gathering on the 16th of October. And if you're not in leadership, speak to those you know that are in leadership and point this out to them. You could really be doing them a blessing by pointing them in this direction. So that's the Emotionally Healthy Leadership Gathering, Holy Trinity Church, Rathmine, 16th of October, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can get more details and register. You can register with Eventbrite, but check out our website, evangelical.ie. God bless you. It might be Friday, but Sunday's coming.